Hello, everyone, and welcome back to GodSaw's Turnbuckle. And today we are going to be doing some official predictions for Saturday night's main event, which will air on January 24th, 2025. As of right now, we only have three matches on the card itself. Now, there's a good possibility that they may add an additional match on the card. Either Friday on SmackDown or something else. I can't see this necessarily being a a three match card in general. Typically, the Saturday night's main event shows have had about four matches on them, and then they pretty much kind of go from there. Now, honestly, a potential for that is if they have been building towards Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill. There's a possibility that they could add that onto the show in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, I'm not seeing another match that they would probably add to this card. At the time, they could, I guess, add something completely random in there. But that would be probably the most thought process I would be for a potential match that could be added to the card. But until we really know that one, I'm not going to necessarily predict that particular match or anything in that sense. But we will be going over the other three matches on the card itself. And starting off with everything, it is going to be for the Women's Tag Team Championships. It is going to be Rhea Ripley and Io Sky going up against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Now, they did just put these titles on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky on the first episode of Raw for the year, back on January 5th. And then you have of course, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. They won a triple threat match to become a number one contender to the tag team titles. Now, I do feel like they will probably keep. There's a good chance that I feel that they will be keeping these titles on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, at least for the foreseeable future. At least for a shorter time period. But I don't necessarily feel like they go with Liv and Roxanne to be the ones that take those titles off them. Though there is a possibility that you might get a better clue of who will be be going for those championships here soon, because they do have a triple threat match for number one contendership on SmackDown, so you do have that. And well, I know they had a number one contendership for tag team titles on NXT, but that was actually for the TNA Knockouts title that Zarya and Sol Ruka had actually won on that one. But we'll find out who will basically be facing the winners of this match on SmackDown itself. So I don't necessarily see them changing these tag team titles quite yet. I don't feel like Rhea and Io's tag team title run is going to be a very long one, because there is a heavy rumor that they are going to be a one-on-one WrestleMania match. Whether that's going to be just a straight up one-on-one match between the two of them, or one of the two finds their way into into having the women's world championship, and then the other one wins the elimination chamber, or maybe one of them wins the rumble to go along with it. That's a possibility. Or they could just have it be one-on-one between the two of them, and it not necessarily being for a title to go along with it. It could just be a storyline going into the actual WrestleMania timeframe itself, especially with the storyline that they have that Rhea has never been able to beat Io yet. But in this particular case, I don't necessarily see it being Liv and Roxanne picking up those tag team titles. I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky on this particular one. There is a piece of me that wouldn't be shocked if they do a tag team title change here on Saturday night's main event, but I don't necessarily see it happening quite yet. So I'm going to go with Rhea and Io to pick up the victory. And up next, it is going to be Cody Rhodes going up against Jacob Fatu. This has been set up for Saturday night's main event based upon the SmackDown, the 3 Stages of Hell match with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Jacob Fatu did come out at the end of that match, and he was initially going after Drew McIntyre, but once Cody put his hands on him just to get him off of Drew, he ended up attacking Cody Rhodes and costing Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship. And well, it kind of goes from there. You had Cody Rhodes come out and cut a promo on Jacob Fatu, as well as Drew McIntyre, but focusing mainly on Jacob Fatu at the time. And then Jacob Fatu came out and basically did the same for Cody, basically saying, it's like, well, you want to fight me? I'm right here. The two of them ended up brawling, and this is setting up the match going into Saturday night's main event. And honestly, in this particular match itself, I feel like with the way that they've been brawling and the way that Cody Rhodes' character has been kind of changing, where he's just a bit more aggressive towards everybody. I mean, we saw it towards the end of the feud with Drew McIntyre before Drew picked up the title. He was being a bit more aggressive because things were getting a little bit more personal with him and Cody. So we've been kind of seeing a little bit more of an aggressive side from Cody Rhodes. Jacob Fatu's been is just coming back off of his injury time, where he had, I believe, some dental surgery done at that moment. So he is just coming back. So he has not really had too many matches back since coming back with this. In this particular case, I don't feel like you're going to get a winner on this one. This is going to be a rare time. Typically, I will pick a winner of the match itself, but this is going to be a rare time where I'm going to say this is going to be a no contest. Whether the match starts and they just, continue fighting too much or anything like that, it ends in double countout, double DQ, something in that sense. Or it could even be a situation where the match itself does not really even start and the two of them just brawl and the feud continues on, leading past the Royal Rumble or something in that sense. But this is going to be one of those matches where I don't feel like there's going to be a winner. So I'm going to go with a no contest on this one. And up next, and more than likely the main event of the show, it will be a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender to the WWE Championship. It's going to be Randy Orton versus Trick Williams versus Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn. Now, this has been set up to where all four of these people had won a match to qualify for this fatal four-way. Randy Orton beat The Miz, Trick Williams beat Matt Cardona, and then Damian Priest beat Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn beat Ilya Dragunov. And this, I do feel, based upon where they're going with everything for this one, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn to pick up the victory in this particular fatal four-way. Now, I think the bigger aspect behind everything, it's just based upon, and I'm going on that based upon, it would be him going up against Drew McIntyre. He may mention before the WWE Championship match that there was a piece of him that wanted Drew to even win the match to try to take it off of him because he's never beaten Drew McIntyre before. So I could see this simply being Sami Zayn just based off of that. Yes, they are also going to be in Montreal, and of course the championship match would happen in Saudi Arabia as well. So it makes sense that it would be Sami for this one. I do find it interesting to see who they would have take the pinfall for this. Because honestly for this, I don't necessarily see Damian Priest being the one getting pinned. And there's a piece of me that says I don't really see Trick Williams being the one that gets pinned in this particular match. Though there is a feud between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams, I feel like that can be furthered down the line. With that, I'm going to go that he pins Randy Orton in this particular match. And that's just based upon maybe trying to build up more credibility to Sami Zayn. Him, he's going into a WWE Championship match and he beat a 14-time world champion. I don't necessarily see them pinning Trick Williams because he just got called up. I Obviously, they're not going to put him in a championship match this quickly, but they may not want him to get pinned as well. So I'm going to go with Sami Zayn picking up the victory and also kind of to a certain degree pinning Randy Orton to do it. And that is going to be everything for this particular Saturday night's main event. Like I said, they may add one more match to the card itself. That's going to be hard to really say until, well, SmackDown airs tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see where everything goes from here, because after that it will be the Royal Rumble. I will be back next week with predictions for the Royal Rumble itself. If I get a full-on chance to be able to watch this Saturday night's main event, I will even do a review for this one, and do anticipate a review for the Royal Rumble as well. Also, feel free to leave your comments down below with your predictions to Saturday night's main event. Like the video if you so wish, and subscribe to the channel as well. And with that being said, I hope you all take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your day.